Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Season 3 of Star Trek Lower Decks. We keep moving along with this Mike McMahon series from, Rick and Morty fame, taking on the Lower Decks, the other people on the ships in Star Trek. And this season starts with an interesting bang because the last season ended with our Captain Freeman getting arrested, and I don't know how interestingly they pay that off at the beginning of this season. Not gonna lie, the beginning of this season was fine, it was enjoyable, but I don't think it built off of the interesting setup that the last season led for us, because it gets resolved pretty quickly and pretty easily, and in many ways doesn't really live up to that potential. And this season takes a bit to get on track, but winds up delivering some great episodes along the way. And one of the most interesting things that this season does specifically is with Rutherford, Eugene Cordero's character, as we get to understand what's really going on with him, how he wound up with this computer system. And there's a whole entire episode where he's dueling with his old self inside his brain, and it's what? And this is a much bigger story point for this season, and as those threads are pulled, as those layers are pulled back, there's a lot of intrigue then that's introduced in this season to build off of that, and that was a pretty exciting aspect of this season. Obviously, you get all the fun of all these characters interacting with each other, and Tawny Newsome, Jack Quaid, Noel Wells, Eugene Cordero, they're all such a great grouping of voice talents that we just enjoy all of their shenanigans with each other. And also there's some new offshoots and ideas that this season takes on. You see Beckett, Newsome's character, who winds up seeing hey, maybe there's another opportunity in space that I could be doing good, and goes off on a little adventure with some new introduced characters who have a different job and perspective on things different than Starfleet, and you have all leading up to a pretty big, impactful, and emotional and exciting finale that really blew away the first couple episodes of this season, and by the end makes you forget about how maybe the first couple episodes weren't peak Star Trek Lower Decks, but it got back into the swing of things. It really hit its stride. And there's quite a few episodes in this season that were really engaging and interesting. And I appreciated that this show continues to challenge the audience, introduces new ideas, and each season feels fresh because it has new perspectives to deal with. And of course this season they're going on this Second Contact tour of following up with planets, and that's such an interesting concept and idea to explore, because it's we all know we made contact with this planet, we set them up for success. How many of them wind up staying that way? And this season deals with that in an interesting and fun and clever way. And you bring all those elements together and you get another good, entertaining, and impactful season of this animated Star Trek series. But those are my thoughts on Season 3 of Star Trek Lower Decks. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.